Get-Em-ism show all up in your area. Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. Let's have this conversation tonight about children before marriage, kids before marriage, or nah. Let's get funky. Yeah. What's up, y'all? Let's get it popping right now. Everything is going to be down. How y'all feeling? I hope everything is good. I hope everybody else is good, man. So tonight on the Daily Go Get-Em-ism show. Hold on, let me make sure. All right, we are good. Cause y'all know sometimes we be having these little. I wanted to make sure I got on here without messing up the audio. So let's get it popping, y'all. It's the Daily Go Get-Em-ism show. Y'all know how it go. Yo, I gotta work on this flow here. Yeah, and that's why I'm here. So everything is going to go out. Yo, I see you, my dear. And I'm glad that you cheer when I come on. Yeah, I need that thing when I release a song. When I release a song, I gotta sing it. Yeah, it's just a brand new rhyme. I got to bring it. It's sort of like a package, but I don't have to deliver. But I am a giver. Make sure that none of my people are starving. Gotta do this thing. I don't want you like Marvin, starving Marvin. Now that's not acceptable. I'm gonna do this thing and exceptional. Yo, I'm gonna make sure that I thrive and do everything that I gotta do to stay alive. I don't wanna die before I leave my mark, and I got to bring my life. It's never dark. I meant to say light, but it's all good. It's all wood. Everything do all right. You know that I should be the type of dude that's never be rude. Yo, I'm gonna do this thing. I see you, my peoples. They be like steeples. Yeah, it's kind of pointy, but I won't anoint thee. People with oil. I see the soil that has to bring the new flowers, the power hour. Now I'm coming through, and you see me. What's going on, y'all? I ain't on TV, but maybe one day I will be. But for right now, yeah, chill back and we'll see. It's the DG show, Daily Go Get-Em-ism. I'm here to do this thing. Yo, I'm with them. So that's what we talking about. Listen, children before marriage or not? Children before marriage or not? What do y'all think, man? Now, by the evidence that you see out here, you know that a lot of people believe, just by the evidence, that having children before marriage is okay. And I'm not saying that it's not. I can't tell anybody how to live or how to do their thing or how their life should be. And that's not what I'm here to do. But I think in today's social climate, today's social and political climate, I think it's important that we take a strong look at how we are reproducing and how we are raising our children to be able to take over the world, or should I say control the world. Like, are we preparing them from the beginning, from the point of conception? Are we preparing our babies to be okay? Well, we gonna see. We're gonna see right now. We're gonna have this conversation tonight, and it's gonna be a good one. That's the one thing that I can guarantee. It's gonna be a good conversation tonight. So, yeah, hold on to your hat. Hold on to everything. You know what I mean? Just grab onto the handlebars, and everything's gonna be all right. All right. So let's go. Okay, wait a minute. Wanted to make sure that we had a little bit more time left. Okay. Put the number up here, but I didn't make sure that the app is up and running. Y'all hear me okay? Audio good? Audio good? Hold on, let me stop this. Let me stop this here. All right. Stop that there. We good. It's a weird thing. Let's see. I'm broadcasting on two platforms. I just want to make sure that that's okay. All right, wait a minute. Okay, there we go. We straight. Let me make sure that the phone lines are good. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Man, you'll stop playing with me. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're also not doing this. Hold on a second, y'all. Just get this thing together right here, so I can make sure that that the platform is set up to be able to take calls. All right, boom. I don't know if I want to sign on Microsoft Edge. I don't really rock with that. Why is this doing this? I don't want to use that. What's going on here? What are we doing? I'm seeing, I don't know, my internet connection. Can y'all hear me okay? Oh, Jay Dilly says, Mr. Cleo looking at, what is a Mr. Cleo? I mean, I understand that you might need some attention. You know, I mean, I understand when dudes come through and they cornballs like, you know, like you, Jay Dilly. I get it. I do. Y'all see me up here getting my shine on, and you start asking why? How come? Why didn't God make me fly? Why do you have to do it for the boy? Why do you have to do it for him? Why couldn't he do it for me? Hold on. We're gonna get right. Okay. It's weird. Hold on. Let me just sign out of all of this, because I don't need that. Okay. All right. Let's get it popping. Who is in the house right now? Because I don't want to do too many things at one time. So, Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. I'm your host, Son752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. All up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feel like real men and women should also. Tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show, we are talking about children before marriage or nah. Children before marriage or nah? What do you know? What do you know? AW says, if God made you fly, he forgot to give you wings when he threw you out. Oh my God, I'm gonna show you how fly I am in a minute. You probably already feeling nervous. I'm about to show you how fly I am and how whack you are in a minute. Just about 1 second, but I think my it's feeling like my desktop is frozen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart that. I'll restart that and see where we going with that, because everything else seems to be okay. So let me see. What up, T Carry? Right, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And Dipples D's, what's going on? How you feeling? Good to see you. And Josh, what's good? How y'all feeling? Everything good? All right, so the audio is okay. Because I was wondering, like on the browsers, things was doing, I don't know, things was getting a little weird. So I wasn't really sure whether y'all could hear me or not or whatever, because I wanted to make sure that my internet, the Wi-Fi and all of that was good. So tonight we are talking about children before marriage or not. Children before marriage or not. Now, you know, a lot of people have children and a lot of people have had children outside of wedlock. For a lot of people, that's okay. For a lot of people, it's not okay. And it's really a preference. And what I've noticed that for a lot of people who say that it's not okay, still may have children and they haven't been married. So I guess it stands the question, can you be okay with something that doesn't apply to you? Can you be okay with something that you want to apply to you that doesn't apply to you directly? You know what I mean? In other words, can you practice a little bit of, I don't want to say being hypocritical, but yeah, you could be a little hypocritical and still be on the right track. AW says, focus up, old timer, stay on topic. No, you eat a dick. How about that? You eat a dick and I'll do me. That's the way this works. You know what I'm saying? Like, no big deal. You know, I just want you to know. I just want you to know where you are. And, you know, basically, it depends on whether you want to be here or not. Because I trust me, it doesn't make me any difference one way or another. You know, whether you come, go, lay, stay, or pray. I like, trust me, you don't matter. You know, and I will prove that you do not matter. It's like, as far as matter is concerned, you like an amoeba on rats. An amoeba on rats. You probably don't even know what an amoeba is. It's microscopic. That's you. See, I don't normally get into the big eyes and the little you, but if I have to get into it, I will be the big I, and you will be the little you. And there's nothing you can do about it. You know why? And trust me, when I break this down for you, it's going to be so simple. You can't be the big I because I have the microphone, the camera, and the lights. All you have is your phone. So, I mean, you can battle, but you won't win. Let me see here. Oh, they want me to do all of these security things. They want me to do all of these security things. Let me see. All right. Cars. Boom. 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 This is a pain in the ass. Oh, okay. I get it. They're saying check all of the boxes that have cars. I don't see any. Fire hydrant. Boom, boom. This is crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a second. We're going to be all right. We're going to get it together. Fire hydrant? Could be. Oh, my God. I don't know what we're gonna do about that. So let me get this part of it up so I can see what y'all saying here. Sorry about the little technical difficulties. It happens. I don't like the way it happens or when it happens, but sometimes it happens. Okay. Wee Bay, what's good, Wee Bay? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate it. You said, how do I buy your house? I don't know. Just cut a check. Just matter of fact, just give me give me a blank check, and I'll fill in the rest, and everything will be all right. Everything will be all right. I got you. Okay. Damn, that was crazy. All right. This is a lot. I'm just trying to make sure that we can call in. Y'all see the number that I have pinned. That's so that y'all can call into the show. Totally uncensored show. All right. Woo. That was a lot for the number. Children before marriage. When you first hear children before marriage, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? You know, you may have been born into a two-parent family. And just because you're born into a two-parent family doesn't necessarily mean that you were born into a marriage. And just because you were born into a marriage doesn't necessarily mean that you totally subscribe to the thought process or the conception that children have to be born into a marriage situation in order to be important, relevant, or however it goes. So the way, when we start talking about marriage, children before marriage or not, we get into a whole lot of disagreement sometimes, and sometimes we get into some agreement, and sometimes we can disagree while we agree. We may agree that it may be better for children to come into this world through a marriage situation and still disagree that it has to be that way. We may think that it's better, but we may not think that is better in all situations. For example, okay, so a man and a woman could be married, but maybe they are in a loveless marriage. Maybe they're in an abusive marriage. Maybe they're in an unhealthy, loving situation, or a situation where there is no love. Do you think that that's a better way to bring children into the world or expose them to? Because a lot of people might not agree on that. And some people might say, well, you should just stay together for the kids. Staying together for the kids. Staying together for the kids. Let's stay together. I said what? Let's stay together. Now, you may quickly say that staying together or staying with somebody for the kids is a terrible idea until you are put in a situation where you have to look into your child's eyes and see the sadness or concern that they have that their mom or their dad that was living in the house is no longer here or not coming around anymore. You know, it can really change your outlook on things when you have to deal with the consequences of parenthood through the eyes of negative development. And I say negative development because you may have really wanted your children to grow up with two parents in the home, in a marriage situation. You may have really wanted that. You may have wanted that more for the kids than you did for yourself. And there may have been a combination. Maybe some people who grew up in a household where there were no marriages or where there were no deeply loving or solidified relationships, they might not want to repeat that. So they might want to really make sure that their children have what they didn't have, because they may have really longed to have had that. Now, in a situation like that, do you really want it for the kids, or do you want, or are you trying to fill that void in your life? It can go either way. It can go either way. So, children before marriage, yes or no? Let's do a little poll. Let's do a little poll. Let's get the team involved here. I'm going to do a little poll and see what y'all think about this. Now I got to watch out with these polls because they only allow you to answer yes or no. You know, like I would rather they had like true or false or something like that. But okay, yes or no. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Hope this question isn't too long. Okay. Okay, here's the question. This is the poll question. And y'all can tell me if y'all think that this is a valid question or not. The question is, do you think children can grow up being healthy whether their parents are married or not? I should say grow up being emotionally happy, because we know that they can grow up being physically healthy. So let's do that. All right. Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's start the poll. So we got the poll question up. Let me see what y'all think about that. Do you think that children can grow up being emotionally healthy whether their parents are married or not? Because you may believe that they can, and you may not, and you may believe that they can't. And the choice is really yours. Now, in a situation where you believe that the parents of children should be married before they have children, do you think that parents should be married, or do you think that people should be married before they get married? Before they have children? Like no other way. We know that plenty of children are born out of wedlock, but do you think that it's okay? Do you think that children would turn out okay even if their parents aren't married? Because you may not think so. A lot of people who grew up in two-parent families really believe in that. They really believe that that's the only way. And why wouldn't you believe that that's the best way if that's how you grew up? Maybe your siblings grew up and y'all turned out all right, and you knew that y'all had the resources in the home to be able to take care of the children and raise them up right. Now, see, and that's the thing that you have to take into consideration. And when a couple is married, or at least living together, one thing that children have that single parents may not have as far as accessibility in a constant way is resources. One thing that a two-parent situation has is they always have the mom and the dad right there. They always have what they have normally a two income home. And that's not always the situation, because it could be a situation where y'all a little bit old school. So maybe the man doesn't believe in the woman working. So he like, nah, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go to work, bring home this bacon, and everything is gonna be okay. Well, all right. So if he makes enough and the mom and the dad are in agreement, you may have grown up in a situation like that, and that may be how you think that it's supposed to be. And you may not think that there should be any exceptions to that. Now, you know how they say in boxing, everybody has a plan. Every boxer has a plan until he gets punched in the mouth. Well, I would say the same thing about getting pregnant. Yeah, I believe in marriage before children. But if she get pregnant, I ain't marrying her just because she got pregnant. That's the thing that a whole lot of men run into. And women may run into it too. You know, I mean, I'm not going to take for granted that every woman who gets pregnant by a man wants to marry him. She may feel the exact opposite. Like, I'm stuck like Chuck because I gave a little, and now I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm staying real clear. I don't even trust this man around my baby. There's no answer at ifs or answer, no maybes. This dude is crazy. What was I thinking? We was doing the nasty. It was good and it was stinking. That's how long we was doing it, for hours and hours. Yeah, even after the nut, after the showers. But anyway. Anybody can get caught out there. Anybody can get caught out there. And if you get into a situation where you get caught out there, you might have to make some immediate decisions. You got to make executive decisions, baby. You got to make those executive decisions, and it ain't easy. It ain't always easy. What up, y'all? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Make sure, do me one little solid. When y'all come in, please hit the like button. Please. That's all I'm going to ask y'all for. Believe me, I'm not going to get into your pockets. I'm not going to ask you to do nothing. You don't. Yeah, some of y'all a little older. I'm not going to ask you to see if you can do 50 squats or a cartwheel or 25 jumping jacks. You know, some of y'all ladies can't do no jumping jacks. You know what I mean? Things in the front be too heavy. You know what I mean? Like, that shit ain't like it was when you was in third grade gym class. You ain't jumped around like that. Like I said, I'm not going to ask y'all to do nothing like that. Please just hit the like button. And if you need to find the like button, come out of the chat and you'll see it right there on the show title. Boom. And it'll have like on there. Just so X out of the chat, hit the like button, and then come right back into the chat. That's how that'll go. And I ain't saying this like y'all stupid. I'm saying it like sometimes we just have to be instructed. The single blackjack dealer was good. Good to see you. And Cheryl Halsey, what's up, man? Good to see you. Always appreciate you coming through. And my G, my people's Jeff Guapo, what's good? All right. TK Wright says exactly. Don't bring the child info. Don't bring the child into an unhealthy household just for the sake of being married. And once again, that's easier said for yourself than done by other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many of y'all been in bad relationships? Maybe the sex was good, but it was a bad relationship. Maybe. You ever been in a relationship with somebody that just wasn't smart enough for you? Not trying to diss, but they may just not have been able to keep up. You wound up having to explain every little thing to them, and it might have started to get under your skin. You know, like it's simple shit too. Like, so if a bottle don't have a twist top, you don't know how to use a bottle can, a can opener, like you flip the, you might have one on your keychains. All right. Don't worry about it. You might have been raised by wolves. It's all right. A lot of people are raised by wolves. All right. The single blackjack dealer says, falling asleep in my food is watching this show too. Great topic tonight. That's what's up. Appreciate that. Jeff Guapo says, what up, son, and my peoples? No doubt. No diggity doubt. Jeff Guapo says, children without marriage is why society is so fucked up now. That's why we always hear this generation is when the elders are part of the problem too. Yes, elders are definitely part of it. I mean, where you gonna learn it from? What children learn the acceptance of bad behavior from who? From who? I mean, this ain't hard. This is not hard. This is an easy one. I'm giving giveaways. This is a gimme. All right. Jen Ramirez. Señorita Ramirez. Señorita Ramirez. What's going on, Señorita Ramirez? ¿Cómo estás? Señorita Ramirez, ¿cómo estás? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. You already know. TK right says you shouldn't have sex. You shouldn't have sex with someone who you wouldn't trust around your child. Just say. That's the thing. I'm glad you said that, and that's an important concept, or that's an important piece of this whole puzzle. You don't really know how somebody is going to be with children if they don't have children yet. If you haven't had a chance to see them around children because you didn't have children, they didn't have children, you might not know. And that's the thing. So now you have a child with somebody who may be dangerous for that child. And you're finding out on the fly. I mean, and there's a good chance that you got into a relationship and got into a pregnancy situation with them sooner than you should have. So now you got pregnant without knowing them, and now you got children, or a child at least, by somebody who you don't know, and you don't know how they're going to treat your child. But maybe you're starting to see early in the child rearing process. Maybe you're starting to see like this is bigger than not knowing how to change Pampers or warm up a bottle or certain fundamentals when it comes to babies. Like maybe they're not attentive to the child. So instead of going to go see what the child is crying or whining about, they just say, I don't want to spoil my child, so I'm just going to let him or her cry. And you like, you out of your fucking mind? Babies only cry and whine when they're uncomfortable. So something is wrong. It's not just changing the diapers or whatever. They may be experiencing some pain. How do you know if a baby has a headache? You can best believe it. If he or she has a headache, they ain't going to stop crying. They ain't going to stop complaining. You thinking they just colicky. They got a fucking headache and they can't speak. So they're trying to throw signals out there, and you might be dealing with somebody who doesn't respect that or doesn't know that or understand that. This shit can get But the thing is, that can happen whether you're married to somebody or not. So Jeff Guapo says exactly, Carrie. If you're not marriage material, I don't even want to deal with you. So what makes a marriage material, Senor Guapo? You know what I mean? Does she gotta have big grande tetas? A culo the size of Mexico? What? Like, you look like a good wife to me. She was cooking and good looking. Hey, what more you need? Look like a baby machine. Where do I sign up? We're gonna be married for at least a night. All right. Jeff also says, I get one sense and vibe of whore of a whore or just problematic behavior. I'm gone. Okay. And he also says, for real, Carrie, can't be ignoring the red flags. Plus, I'm so everything already. Like, I don't even deal with the BS. Okay. And TK right says, Jeff, what if she's a whore with standards? Some will actually purposely not have children unless they feel like it's a good relationship with a good person. Okay, all right. We talking. Danny G23 says you look like a guy that was on an extra in the second Ace Ventura. Oh my God, you caught up to me. How'd you know? Yo, you saw me? Oh my God, yo, I had the time of my life filming that movie. That shit was so dope. I still got the checks. I never thought somebody would recognize me. Man, I was in Ace Ventura. That shit was dope. Hey, Buddha. Thanks for the super chat. Hey, Buddha. Yo, I appreciate that. He says many blessings on this most icy night. You ain't never gonna lie. I said, Buddha. Thanks for the super chat. I said, Buddha. Just know I appreciate that. I said, appreciate that. Matter of fact, Buddha, hold on. I ain't done, man. You know what I mean? I ain't done. Hold on. Hold. Thank you, Buddha. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Mucho. Listen. Some of y'all might be trying to front like, oh, dang, all that over this, that. Look. You don't have to give anything. So anything that's given is from the heart. And I appreciate anything that's given from the heart. So I will not discount that. That's what's up. Joseph Webster says, do Spanish women make good mothers? I like Spanish culture. Or do you mean Spanish or do you mean Hispanic? Do you mean like Latino or Latina women? Because Latino women, from what I know, are like any other, Latina good women are just like any other good women. Latina alternative women are just like any other alternative women. So, but chemistry and energy is important, my dude. Chemistry and energy is important. But on any given night or any given situation, you can find yourself hooked up in an 18 to 20 forever situation with somebody that, that you had a hell of a night or a few nights with, or you could have married somebody just to have children, or because you got them pregnant, and now you might really be regretting that shit. It happens. It's somewhere happening right now. Somewhere here it is, 2:39 in the morning on the East Coast. Somebody somewhere is stirring the macaroni. We don't even need no cheese in this shit, baby. Somebody stirring the macaroni. Somebody smashing the water up against the rocks. Somebody somewhere. Somebody out there making a situation for themselves that they can't back up out of for a minute. Because once you decide that y'all gonna have a baby, now y'all are together, whether y'all together or not. But what about the people who decide that they want to be together before they even ever think about having children? Because I've known people who have gotten married and had children, and the shit still didn't work out. Unhappier than a motherfucker. And I've seen people. Man, I ain't gonna limit this to just what I've seen, because I know that if I've seen a whole bunch of ratchet shit in my life, y'all have too. I ain't the only one that has seen a whole lot of crazy, ratchet, unconventional, unorthodox, nasty shit or things that wasn't that well thought out. I know I'm not the only one. Still I rise. Still I rise. Single blackjack dealer says, I did a full background check. A full background check on the last boyfriend, and he was 100% clean. He wasn't found on any registry at all. I double checked. Do not gamble on your children. But just because he's not a criminal doesn't mean that he's a good father. Because there ain't no registry for that. Well, maybe DHS, CPS, DIFUS, whatever they call it in the state of New York. There ain't no background checks that you can do to say, like, this man will definitely come around and see his children. He will definitely be gentle with them. He will definitely rear them in the right direction. He will definitely be responsible. He will definitely be attentive to them. He will definitely make sure that their homework is done. He will definitely make sure that they have life skills. There's no background check for that. There ain't no background check for that. That's for you to know or you to find out, and for the children to find out later. So, but I don't think it's a bad idea to do a credit check or a criminal background check. But shit, you could be listen, this might turn a lot of people off, but you might be a thug out there in the streets. I've known this is so fucked up. I've known dope dealers that were very good fathers. I've known dudes that was out there in the streets, but they took care of their babies, loved them to death. And even when they got knocked and went to jail, baby moms bringing the kids up. We gonna go see your daddy. Today is VI day. Today is a special day. Not just any day, cause you can't bring no items in this jail today. Tell your baby mother leave her knives and guns home today, cause she will get locked up if she. All right. Chance. I'm just saying. One thing, there are no guarantees in life. I guess that's all I'm really trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. Jeff Guapo says a good wife is whatever works for you, but she gotta be a woman. But no argument there. No argument there. Hair Juicer, what up? He said, Shakika, what up? How you feeling, man? Yo, good to see you. Always good to see you. Appreciate you. And Joseph Westwood says, what Ace Ventura? I've seen it 5,000 times. Motherfucker, you just said you saw me. What? I just played. That was Daddy G23 who said it. My bad. Man, you ain't see me in a movie. Man, they must have. There are different versions of the movie. They must not have released it on the version that you saw. All right. Jeff says, Matt talk that talk. People having kids, but said, yeah, I'd rather skip marriage. Like, come on. Oh, Matt Diaz says, never be with anyone you're not married to. Remember morals and values. Then the child is worth your spouse. Interesting. Okay, so y'all draw a hard line. Y'all draw a hard line on the parents having to be married. Interesting. Never be with anyone you're not married to. Never be with. Wait. Hold on. Never be with anyone you're not married to. Now, this show is about children before marriage or not. But you're saying never be with anybody you're not married to? Well, how do you get from meeting them to marrying them? Now, I know that there are cultures and religions that forbid dating. So basically, you got to go straight from, hey, how you doing, to, all right, we ready to do this. You know? Meet me at the altar in an all-white dress. We ain't getting no younger. It's time to do it. Let's get married. But I don't know about that one. I'm sure not co-signing. I ain't fucking with that. Hold on. Info Spot 411. What's good, my people? My G, Info Spot. What's good, man? How you feeling? Good to see you. Let me see. Scroll down a little bit. Info Spot says, question. Are the Cheesehead Packer fans in Philadelphia yet? I haven't seen none. You know, they ain't gonna flood this shit. I mean, why would they flood it? They're not gonna win. But you know, I mean, it's not like they don't have a chance. But we're not doing that. Dimples D's is all up in the house. What's going on, Ma? She says, depending on cultural norms, having a child outside of marriage can still carry a social stigma. Yeah, a lot of people. Shoot, man, a lot of people right around the way don't believe in having children before marriage. It doesn't mean that they didn't have children before they was married. That's the only thing. Now, from my perspective, I grew up with around a lot of two-parent families, married couples, and I also grew up around a lot of single-parent families. No marriage. So, you know, when you start looking at both of them, you see that it can go one way or another. It can definitely go one way or another. Which way will it go for you? Well, I mean, that stands to be determined. It stands to be determined. What up, Cam? Okay. Info Spot says, someone getting laid isn't me. I'm here. Sure, you could be getting head right here. You know, you call into the show like, hey, this is Ed. This is Ed from Detroit. Info Spot 411. 1, 2. We can't see you. We can't see you. You wouldn't be the first person that was getting head when they called into a show. People be into all kinds of freaky shit. You think they don't? As God is my witness. As God as my witness. When PlayStation 3 was out, my brother, my baby brother, me and him are playing some game on PS3. Now, you remember when PS3, you had to have an external camera in order to talk to somebody or to see them on video. So I'm talking to my brother. Now, mind you, we talking over the internet on the PlayStation Network. We talking, he goes to answer the door. If it wasn't 5 minutes later, next thing you know, I'm here. I said, hold on, my dude. This is, anybody can hear this shit. Anybody can hear this shit. When I say it went to from 0 to 100, so I'm yelling. I said, yo, Smeeze, turn off the camera. He's like, oh shit, oh, I'm sorry. He started laughing and shit. I said, yo, man, go ahead and finish your business, man. Yo, be careful. We ain't give a. We couldn't see him. He wasn't on camera. But you can hear the other players on, because it wasn't just me and him playing. The other players was like, hey, I think someone's having sex. My baby brother was tearing that ass up too. He was tearing that ass up. So it wouldn't, my point is, it wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the first time I ever witnessed it. All right. Cam says, all my kids are born outside of marriage. Heard they turned out okay. You said that you heard they turned out okay? All right. Okay, Jeff Guapo says, okay, majority of people are religious. They follow their images of God and God. If they so religious, why are they against what God wants? I mean, how do you know that's what God wants? I mean, did God tell you that? I mean, I don't know. Jeff Guapo says, me as well. That Project Life different. Yeah, I mean, you see shit. You start to see certain possibilities. There are different possibilities and probabilities. Everything isn't just one way. And I know I'm far up in the comments, but I'm going to make sure that I see these shits. Jen says, I usually fall asleep listening to the show. Sorry for not commenting much. That's all right. You know what I mean? That's all right. We good. Get your rest, fam. I mean, leave the show on. You wake up, be like, oh, yeah. I wanted to. That last thing that was said, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Dimples D says some women may know that they want to have kids and choose to let nature take its course, or some women may choose to be partnered but not married, parenting, and some women may not be in a relationship. That's facts. All facts. Jeff Guapo says, and that be the problem, Dimples. People doing stupid shit. Don't get pregnant by nobody you wouldn't marry and spend your life with. It's okay to get divorced if the shit happens on grounds to divorce. I don't know. Okay, Joseph Webster asks, would you rather be in a bad marriage for 10 years or take 1,000 hits off a crack pipe? Give me the crack pipe. No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, a bad marriage for 10 years? I don't see a marriage being bad for 10 years straight. There are probably going to be some good times here and there. It just may be overall unfavorable. Single Blackjack Deal says, yes. Husbands from 2025 and moving forward. No more baby daddy malarkey. Keep family solid. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to invite y'all. I mean, introduce y'all to no people I know. All right. Jeff Guapo says, I wouldn't do shit. I wouldn't want to sign these papers. Differences we can settle. Sound good until you write in it. Info Spot says, I'm getting laid. I'm not doing YouTube. If I'm getting laid, I'm not doing YouTube or video games. He wasn't doing video games either. It just happened to be turned on at the time. Oh my God. Single Blackjack Dealer says, son, leave Info Spot alone. And back to the blackjack table I go. 4 more hours of handing out BJs. You know BJ stands for. Well, it ain't that department store, that wholesale. Okay. All right. Okay. TK right says the show will be in her dreams, or maybe I'm talking about mine when I fall asleep too. Listen, man, you know, listen. I know this 2 o'clock in the morning thing. It ain't for everybody. This thing ain't always easy. It ain't always easy. It can get easier, or it can get more complicated. But yeah, children before marriage or not. I think it's I'm going to tell you like this. As much as I grew up in a 2-parent family myself, you know, but I also understand that it can be another way. Like a 2-parent family and a marriage family is not the end all be all. It works for some if you do it for the right reasons. If you get married for the wrong reasons or have children for the wrong reasons, it's not going to turn out right. It's just like anything else that you do in life. If you do them for selfish reasons or for reasons outside of the benefit of the other people involved, including yourself, then you're kind of rolling the dice. You're kind of rolling the dice, and now you're hoping that things will turn out okay. And hoping things will turn out okay is not a good idea, especially if you're dealing with somebody who is not necessarily hoping the same thing. Because 2 people hoping things will turn out right will work to make things turn out right. When you have to hope that things will turn out all right, that means that you probably don't believe in the other party. And there's probably a good reason not to believe in the other party. So, like I said, I grew up with my mom and my dad. They were married, 3 kids. But my dad had a whole lot of shit going on elsewhere. So, yes, my mom did not have children outside of wedlock. Still was in a shitty marriage with children born in a wedlock. Did we turn out all right? Fine. Yes, we did. We did. And we had resources and we were well provided for. Yes, we were. That's great. When my parents broke up when I was 11 years old, shit was different. My dad remarried, my mom remarried, and my dad had 1 child with his new wife, and my mom didn't have any more kids. So they got married for reasons other than having children. Okay, that's fine. That's all well and good, right? Okay. Now, then, you know, you still have to think about blending families and you know, anybody who has ever been through the whole blending family thing knows that shit ain't sweet. That shit ain't sweet. That shit can get nasty. It can get nasty as coffee, as black coffee from Starbucks. If you ever had black coffee from Starbucks, and I mean totally black, no cream, no sugar, you know that's some nasty shit. Powerful as hell, though. And that's how your unhappiness will be. Powerful as hell. But that's not everybody's experience. And maybe some people would rather be happy and in a marriage than unhappy. Or should I say, maybe some people would rather be unhappy in a marriage than happy in a single situation. And when I say single, I mean legally single. I don't mean physically single. You know, we have to make sure that we distinguish the differences between single, meaning that you don't have anybody, meaning that you're not linked up with anybody, hooked up with anybody, you don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and being single, as in I'm not married. The state looks at everybody who has not signed on the dotted line as being single. So I don't care how many girlfriends you got or how many children or baby moms or baby fathers you have. The state says you're unmarried and you're single. So just make sure, I just want to make sure that we understand the differences here. Now, I'm a big proponent of co-parenting. Not everybody is meant to be married. Not everybody fits together well enough to be married. but they may fit together well enough to be responsible. They may fit well enough to be loving. They may fit well enough to be cordial, to be respectful. Damn near professional. They may be a fit good enough to do that. And I would suggest that you at least be with somebody that you know is going to be responsible and respectful. Respectful and respectable. I would definitely say that, because out of that, you can't really go too wrong if you score that. You're not going to go wrong too well or too much if you can be in a situation where somebody is respectful, respectable, and responsible. You're not going to go too far wrong with that. Now, think about most of the ratchet, ghetto, disgusting, unhealthy relationships that you know of. The ingredients that were missing from those relationships were respectability, respectfulness, and responsibility. Think about it. Think about it. Don't tell me that you blowing somebody's phone up and sending threatening text messages. Don't tell me that you're respectable, or that you're respectful, or that you're responsible. Don't be out here slashing tires and throwing shit off of balconies and busting out windows and talking about, yeah, I did it because I was mad, but I'm still respectable and I'm still respectful. And no, you're not. And you're not responsible either. Because I know when the cops come around, you're going to say that it wasn't you. Mm-hmm. Doesn't sound like you're taking any responsibility. Same thing with the men. Doing all kinds of little underground, underhanded shit, or violent shit, or really just bitch ass shit. Talking about that you respectable. No, you're not, dude. You're a bitch. It is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah. Vetting people. Now, I'm not really here to talk about dating, but vetting somebody. One thing that seems to be missing in today's dating market, or whatever you want to call it, patience seems to be missing. And when you have patience, that means you're willing to wait and work and wait. That's what patience is. You're really willing to work for what you want and wait until you get it. We think being patient is choosing out of 100 which one we think is best. It's not patience. It's not patience. You don't know true patience until you have to be. I'll say it again. You don't know true patience until you have to be. Anybody who has ever gone to jail and couldn't make bail or was sentenced knows what patience is, because you wanted to come home and you couldn't. You had to wait, and maybe you had to work in terms of getting your case together, appealing things, gathering enough evidence that what might exonerate you or pardon you. You know? Another thing, if you're waiting for somebody to come home from jail, you want them home with you. And guess what? They can't be. So you will learn patience. Yes, you will. Because you're home lonely, waiting on them, and they can't do nothing about it, and neither can you. You can go see them in jail, but you can't bring them home, and you can't stay with them. You learn patience when you don't have any other options but to be patient. Surely, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Surely, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Good to see you, Ma. Good to see you. Make sure y'all hit that like button when y'all come in here, man. Please hit the like button. The like button is right there. You got to X out of the chat and then hit the like button is right there. For those of y'all who are not chatting, boom, just please hit the like button. You know what I mean? It just helps the channel. It just helps the channel. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. Jeff says, yeah, people don't have them conversations. They don't. The jailbirds is crazy. Listen, man, you learn patience when you don't have any choice but to learn patience. I know that all of us have wanted to buy something that we couldn't afford yet. And if you can't afford it yet, that means you can't afford it, period. Affording something means you have plenty of money left over for everything and all your other expenses when you buy something. Many people think that being able to afford something just means that you can buy it. No, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all love. It's all love. But yeah. So if you have children with somebody outside of marriage, you're going to learn patience. You're going to learn patience. Where are my manipulators out there? I know. Nobody likes to admit to being a manipulator. But all manipulators love to get what they want. They love to make those moves to box you into a corner so you have to do what they want you to do. They don't mind doing that. But nobody wants to own up to being a manipulator. I'm going to tell you who the manipulators are that are listening to this show right now. Every single person that has children is a manipulator. All of y'all, 100% of y'all are manipulators. And who do y'all manipulate? Your children. How do you manipulate them? You put them in situations where they won't get things unless they do some things. So whether it's chores, whether it's their homework, whether it's being good, respectful, whatever, you put them in a situation where they know and understand that if they don't do something, they won't get something. It ain't hard. This ain't hard. Easy peasy. Every parent is a manipulator, and they need to own up to it. You got to own up to it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. All manipulation ain't bad. You can manipulate yourself into success. I had to fix it, so they had to let me get my shit. So they had to let me advance. All manipulation ain't bad, but every parent is a manipulator. I ain't say you weren't nice, but you're a manipulator. No way around it. No way around it. So if every parent is a manipulator, there's a good chance that they didn't start manipulating when the kids was born. Right? You ain't just start fixing it so people had to do what you needed them to do when your kids was born. You had to have gotten some practice. Now, I'm saying all of this because all of this goes in line with being patient. regardless of how well you manipulate somebody or manipulate a situation, you're still going to have to be patient because people are their own man or woman and they're going to do what they want to do, regardless of what you think is right. Sometimes they think enough of you to curb their behavior or to go along with whatever your ideas are or your desires are. But when it comes down to it, even if they do the things that you want them to do, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do it in the way that you wanted them to do it. And it doesn't mean that they're going to do it right. And even if they do it right, it doesn't mean that they're going to do it right consistently. You know, there's a certain thing called doing things your own way. Well, yeah, I see the way that you do it, but I like it the way I do it. Yeah, that takes patience because you may not like the way they do it. You ever been, hold on. I'm gonna make things easy tonight. You know what I mean? I got time tonight. I'm gonna make things easy tonight. When was the last time some of y'all rode in the car with somebody who's driving that y'all didn't like? Whether they drove too fast, whether they drove too slow, whether they drove too cautiously, whether they drove too recklessly. When was the last time you've been in the car with somebody who's driving you didn't like? I bet you knew what patience was then, because you was hoping that you could have an ejection seat and fly out of the car. Like, yo, this shit is. I'd rather take my chances being ejected out of the vehicle than driving with this cat. So you learn about patience. You learn. Dimples D says being overly critical, engaging in behavior is either consciously or unconsciously that undermine the relationship and push your partner away, often stemming from deep-seated insecurities. Yeah, you write very wise. You're wise. I like that. That's good. Samsung Nalo, why are you bald? I don't know. Why are you bald? Why are you bald? I don't know. Why are you bald? Why are you bald? I don't know. Why are you bald? Yo, y'all like that question? Why are you bald? Could you grow some hair? Could you put some black hair up there? Or would it be gray or silver? Would you really start to kill her with your kindness? Yo, do you have some hair, your highness? I would ask some questions that you probably didn't think about, like, how come Umar Johnson don't have no gray hair and he's 50 years old? I said, how come certain people don't have no gray? I don't know, but I know that I'm bald and this gonna stay. Yo, around 2003 or 2005, yeah, my hairline started receding and I had to survive. So I had to make me a decision. I knew I was still gonna be fine. And yeah, that's how I look at myself, and that's 100% of all the time. So I did my shine on and I'm on my kind of stuff. And if you don't really like the way I look, you can turn to another channel. It ain't that tough. And I'm gonna tell you this. I frown like this. I put him on the shit list, and I'ma still be the man, and I'ma still do my thing, and I'ma make sure that I do my thing, and I ain't drinking, no, I ain't smoking nothing, and I ain't talking, I'm doing this shit, and I'm still not joking. Everything is gonna be okay, because I said so, because you are down with the sun. That's all right, let's go. Let's go, John. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Show Husband says, life's lessons. Do as I say, not necessarily what I do. That's the difference between parents and children. Yeah, I ain't fucking with the do as I say, not as I do. Nah, that ain't. Because that shit don't be working. That's why kids be smoking cigarettes and shit. Because they be doing this. Nah, I don't know. But, I mean, you're right. To a certain extent. All right. About a month or two in a van. Simpson says, nice, keep positive towards everything. Why not? Why not? Why not? What we looking like here on the poll? We got 16 votes on the poll. Let me see. 69% people says yes. Do you think children can grow up being emotionally healthy, whether the parents are married or not? And 31% say no. 31% say no. Parents got to be married, baby. They got to be married in order for them to be emotionally healthy or stable. Now, why? You ever think about why you, like, the people who said no? Why would you say no? Why would you say no? Now, we might have to determine or distinguish what emotionally stable or emotionally healthy means from one person to another person. Because for one person, emotionally healthy might be that you don't have bad dreams or that you don't abuse other people or that, you know, that you don't cry all the time or fall victim to depression. For another person, being emotionally healthy might be that you're able to soar above the stars. Or that you can pretend like things don't hurt you that really do affect you. So, you know, it's different strokes for different folks out here. It's hard to say who's right and who's wrong. So I won't say. Samsung Nalo says, I think it depends on the environment. Can you please expand on that a little bit? Can you talk a little bit more about that, Samsung? And Jeff Guapo says, some kids really can't get over missing one of their parents or both if they're not with their people. Well, that's true. But that's the same situation as if one of your parents passed. Like if one of your parents died and you're at a young age, you have to grow up without that parent. And I've known people, you know, when I was growing up, I'm sure you know people too. People when you were growing up that lost their parents at a young age, and you be thinking like, damn, man, I don't know what I would do if I lost my parents when I was like 10 years old. 10, younger than that. You know, so losing a parent at a young age can definitely make you emotionally unstable. You know, that may not have been your foundation, but it can become your new foundation. Your newfound foundation. It's tough shit. And on the flip side, somebody is going to be telling you to kind of toughen up. You know, they may tell you that it's okay to express your emotions or be sad, but get over it or get past it or get through it. And they may not be giving you the tools to do none of that shit. So it can be a little tough. Hit the like button, share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Hit the like button, share the show. Okay. So just because your parents aren't married, and some of y'all are not gonna like this, but just because your parents aren't married doesn't mean that they're not accessible. And just because your parents are married doesn't mean that they are accessible. How many of y'all knew people who had parents that were in a bad, loveless, abusive marriage? How many of y'all knew people like that? How many of y'all knew people whose parents were married, but one of the parents was never home? You never saw the parents go anywhere together, do anything together. The parents might not have even been there for you. Daddy out there doing whatever he do. Or your mom is on drugs and she doing whatever she does. Or she might be out cheating too. You just never know. It can happen. It can happen to anybody and it can happen with anybody. So in a situation like that, you may not have the access to your parents that you need or that you wanted. So how does that work? How does that work? I mean, in certain situations, you might have to make something work that you really don't want to be a part of. We don't all have the luxury of being able to make things the way that we want them to be. Now, that would be a great luxury, but we don't all have it. Someday we'll be together. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, because we don't all have it right there where we want it to be or need it to be, sometimes we have to be patient until we can get it. And for some people, it never comes. Just keeping it a buck. Just keeping it a buck. For some people, it never comes. So we have to deal with that too, because that can cover a lot of people. A lot of single parent families out there in the world. Whether we like it or not, whether we're in that situation or not. Mark G, what's good? Dev, what up? Oh, hold on, let me get something together. Let me get something together with you. Let me get something together with you, son. You know what I mean? Everything gonna be all right. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Samsung says children learn through seeing things, or at least I grow up learning from my surroundings, whether it be good or bad. No, I understand that part. I understand that part of it. What I mean is, when you say that the environment, let me see what you said. You said it depends on the environment. Well, on this show tonight, we're talking about whether you agree with having kids before marriage or not. Some people take a hard stance on not having children before marriage. And some people say, well, you know, sometimes you just have to play the cards that you're dealt. Many of us have played the cards that we were dealt. Many times we complained about the cards. We may have thought that somebody was dealing from under the deck. You dealing from under the deck, from the bottom of the deck. Well, you cheating. You cheating, hiding cards. So life can feel like that sometimes, but it doesn't always necessarily mean that it's true. And we have to deal with a whole lot of things that aren't necessarily true, but they may be true to us from our perspective. And that's what we kind of get into this whole thing about whether children before marriage is acceptable enough. I mean, or not. I don't really think that there's a problem. I think that there's more of a problem with choosing a partner or choosing a parent, a co-parent that really don't give a shit about you or your child. That's the part that can really ruin things. But when people not really knowing each other and getting married nowadays, man, I mean, we don't even have that many tools or weapons against this shit. People out here getting married, you know, they going on dating websites and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they get married within 90 days, 180 days. You know, that's 6 months. They getting it. Hold on, what the hell? Hold on. I should not be feeling fine. What the hell was that? I'm like, did I step on a tack? Hold on. Hold on. Make sure I ain't step on a tack. Okay. We good? We good? All right. Sorry, y'all. I'm sitting down. I'm feeling some crazy shit. All right. But yeah, fuck it. While I'm standing, might as well stand and get on my soapbox. All right. But yeah, with so many people, people are getting on dating websites. And listen, If that's your thing, if that works for you, then it works for me. But whether you meet somebody in a club, whether you meet somebody at a movie, whether you meet somebody in a restaurant, whether you meet somebody at a social function or in school or in church or whatever, you still have to make sure that person is right for you. You have to make sure that person is right for you. You won't know how a person is with the children that they have with you until you have children with that person. But that time can be too late. It can be too late to find out, or you may find out all of the information that you wish that didn't apply to you, and it does. So next thing you know, you're in a situation where you pretty much stuck like Chuck. You're pretty much stuck like Chuck. All right. Now, if you marry somebody that I wish I could do a poll. See, the poll, when I put the polls up, they can only be yes or no questions. But let me ask y'all this question. Let me ask y'all this, and I want y'all to think about this hard before you answer it. Would you rather, like if you had to pick one, you could not pick both, and you could not back out of either. If you had to choose between getting pregnant by somebody that wasn't right for you or marrying somebody that wasn't right for you, which one would you choose? Now, this is most people are probably going to answer the way I think that they're going to answer. Let me see what y'all got. Anybody who is in the chat, anybody who is available in the chat, please answer this question. Would you rather, if you had to choose between one or the other, which would you choose? Being married to somebody who wasn't right for you, or having a baby by somebody who wasn't right for you? Now, remember, if you have a baby by somebody who isn't right for you, they might be okay for the child. They might be okay for the child. They just might not be okay for you. They might be there for the child. They just might not be there for you. They may be loving for the child, but they might not be loving for you. All right. Okay. Samsung says children learn through many things, at least grown up. Okay. Shirley Cheryl says the child should be able to talk with each parent separately and or together as a family. And Samsung says, I think acceptance is the answer. Okay. Shirley Cheryl says, if I think the cards are not right, then I'm going directly to the dealer. Maybe we can straighten things out. Okay. Jeff Guapo says they rushing it. Like, are you sure you know them? Plus, stay off dating sites. Okay. He says marriage, laugh my ass off. Separation, operation. We agreeing. Mark says marriage. Yeah. Jeff Guapo says I can leave. And Cheryl Halsey says marriage. That's the main reason. Like, I figured that most people would probably say marriage. Why? Because you can leave. You can get up off of those things. You can get up out of those things. So I just think it's a little interesting that we are quick to say that we would enter a bad marriage before or instead of entering a bad co-parenting situation. Well, let's take a deeper look at this. Let's take a hard look at the situation. Let's take a hard look at it. All right. Okay. Now remember, I said that you could not get out of either one. So for y'all who chose a bad marriage, Y'all think that y'all can get out of this shit by divorce or separation. I took away that option. Y'all, I don't know if y'all was listening. I said, if you had to choose one or the other and could not get out of either, because that's what I said, would you choose a bad marriage or would you choose a bad parenthood situation? Like y'all, off the top, I would probably choose a bad marriage. Because I'm thinking like, all right, so I can't separate, I can't divorce, but I can still do my thing on the side. Okay? Do your thing on the side. In a bad parenting situation, we already know you can't get out of this situation. But I ain't got to deal with that bad parent. I ain't got to. Romantically, I definitely don't have to deal with him. I ain't got to live with him. I ain't got to come home to him. I don't have to necessarily talk to them. I can just text them. Like, you know what? We don't do so good verbally. We gonna just text. You know what I mean? I ain't messing with you like that. Huh? All right, I got a baby by you. If you a man, you might not even have the baby. She control the baby. You free to do whatever you want. You can marry somebody you want. You can date somebody that you want. You can even have other kids. So, you know, there are ways to participate or not participate in any situation. But I wanted to put that question out there is because even though we say that we would rather be in a bad marriage than a bad parenting situation, if we decide that we would only have children if we get into a marriage, if we're married, then you are co-signing getting into a bad marriage in order to have a bad parenting situation. So you might not, you know what I'm saying? You might not be able to get out of the situation the way you thought you was going to get out of the situation. It's like you stuck like Chuck, you all up in this thing. You in here like this year. Thank y'all for the likes, man. I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, share the show. Hit the like button, share the show. I appreciate if you just hit the like button and share the show. Yeah. I said. All right, so yeah, children before marriage or nah. Children before marriage or nah. Maybe, possibly, posiblemente, no sé, no seguro, no. You never know what life is going to throw at you. You never know. You just never know what life is going to throw at you. Mark G, appreciate you, my dude. Jeff Guapo says, side piece, my dime piece. You still gonna be legally married to that chick. So, you know what I mean? But you know, this thing can have financial implications. You know what I mean? Look, I watch a lot of the ID channel, man. You know, cats be offering their wives off of some money. Yo, man, you know what I mean? She gonna take everything I work for. I can't have it, man. You know what I mean? Just because I had a baby by the other one. We ain't doing we ain't going. But yeah, so like, you know, real shit. We are quick to say that we would get into a bad marriage because we think that we can just back out of it, or we can somehow circumvent the process or get around it, or we can find a way to benefit ourselves. But at the same time, we say no kids before marriage. So we're gonna get into a badass marriage and a badass baby mom. Because when you get divorced from somebody, separate from somebody, leave somebody, you got a baby mama, baby daddy situation. You got a baby mama, baby daddy. A baby mama, baby daddy situation. You got a baby mama, baby daddy situation. You got a baby mama, baby daddy situation. And yo, that shit is giving you crazy mad frustration. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Come home with me. Sure, Hudson says, it would be like having a bad roommate. If it's bad, it might work out and we will have a child anyway. Jeff Guapo says, laugh my ass off. Nah, I ain't getting nobody murdered. I made my man, you'd be surprised at what people kill over, man. It's crazy. Insurance money. Just or just because they didn't want to own up to the shit that they did. All right, you had a baby by another chick. You gonna have to get another job, or you gotta cut the pie in a couple of more slices. You killed your wife just to save face. Like, yo, man, I can't tell my wife. You know what I mean? I got this baby mom. I gotta kill the baby mom. I told her to have an abortion, man. I gotta kill the baby mom. I'm like, that's your solution, son? You couldn't just tell your wife that you had a baby? She ain't gonna leave you. Yes, she is. No, she not. Wives get cheated on every day, B. Wives have husbands who have children outside the marriage all the time. It ain't the fucking end of the world. She is not going to leave you. It ain't easy to get a woman up out of a marriage situation. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. We will see Bobby and Whitney, Jay-Z and Beyonce, J-Lo and her Latino pick husband of that era, whatever. We'll see celebrities on TV get into an infidelity situation, and you will hear all these women talking about something. Yeah, she should leave his ass. 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 Everybody watching the TV is telling somebody what they should do in their marriage. But let it happen to them. Fucking leave it. Yeah, he fucked up. But the vows did say for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, for sickness and health, for niggas and bitch, whatever. Like, it ain't easy to get when you get into a marriage, you put more than just your hearts together. You putting your assets together. Houses, property, loans, estate. You know what I'm saying? Like, be like, yeah, shit. Women be like, all right, I ain't gonna fuck the nigga for a few months. That's yeah. She might not do that because she might be looking at it like, shit. So I'm not gonna give my man no pussy because he got some pussy that he gonna be getting while I'm not giving him no pussy. All right, maybe I ain't giving him none for this whole weekend. Meanwhile, she in the bathroom all weekend with her damn rose and a bullet. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to some. Anyway, bottom line is, a woman is gonna think hard before she exits a marriage. Even girlfriends don't necessarily quit their man after he. And I'm not saying that it's okay for a man to cheat, and I'm not saying that there's nobody out there that won't punish that by leaving. I'm not saying that. But we talking about marriage. We're not talking about no girlfriend and boyfriend. Y'all went through a whole process in order to get married. You ain't just gonna be like, oh yeah, you fucked up, I quit you. I'm going to the lawyer today. I'm going to the lawyer today to get these papers because you ain't gonna be doing this shit to me. Shit, she gonna think about that shit like, I don't know. I don't know. My feelings is just so hurt right now. I'm so fucking heartbroken right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm really, I feel so fucking stupid. But I just feel like, maybe somehow we can work this shit out. Or maybe, I don't know if he loved her or whatever, but I love him, and Shanana. Listen, man. The Wobble says, if you have infidelity, that's grounds for marriage. My bad, divorce. I think you got it right. Infidelity is grounds for marriage. Because it ain't All right. Chill. Jim Wobble says, steak ass, bro. Margie says, shit. I don't get it for months anyway. Whoa, slow down, son. Slow down. Margie says, married 27 years. I never cheated. She did several times. My dumb ass stayed. Oh man, Mark. But I'll tell you what though. I appreciate your transparency. A lot of men wouldn't admit that shit. And it has happened to a lot of men. I hope you lying about the part where you never cheated though. Please don't even tell me the truth. I hope you lying about the part where you never cheated. I hope that you just playing like you was the good guy and she was the bad guy. Because I ain't gonna lie. No, Mark. I don't want to hear that you're not lying. I'm only accepting that you lying. Fuck all that. I'm only accepting that you lying. I don't care about that. I'm just saying, man, But no, a lot of men wouldn't admit that they stayed with a woman because that's what they always say. A woman can take it or is supposed to be able to take it when her man steps out on her and has a baby by somebody else or gets somebody pregnant or disrespects her by cheating. But they say a man couldn't take the same thing. If a woman cheats on a man, the first thing he gonna do is he gonna be out. It's not always true. You're not the first man that I know who had a woman who cheated on him and he didn't leave. Some people do not cheat. That's just not their answer, and that's not their response. That's nothing to feel bad about. That's nothing to feel bad about. But I figured that your perspective on this topic may be a certain, of a certain nature. You know what I mean? We've all seen things and done things and have had to deal with things and people. Shit ain't easy. Jeff Guapo says, damn, Mark, I respect it. What made you stay? And Cheryl Halsey says, that was a deal breaker. Outside children, he broke my heart, but I stayed. That's what I'm saying. Now you got a real live man and a real live woman that admitted that they stayed after, even though there was cheating involved. So hey man, everybody's situation is different. But we're talking about people who were married. So they had children. So yeah, they might have waited to have children, waiting till you're married in order to have children. And if one person steps out on the marriage, that he's bringing that infidelity, that adulterous energy into the marriage. What you think? The kids not gonna feel that shit? What kids don't know when their parents don't like each other as much as they used to? I mean, shit, it go how it go. Damn, Mark says that's a tough question. I don't know, to be honest. Love is the easy, simple answer. Man, I ain't mad at you, my dude. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. Zip Guapo says, "Oh, nah, Cheryl. What be wrong with people? Why they be and marry someone you don't feel that way for? You know, shit, marriage ain't easy. Marriage ain't easy. Hit the like button, y'all. Share the show, please. Hit the like button, share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Sun752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. What the hell is going on? What are we doing? What are we doing? This is. I don't know what's going on with my PC. It took away my stream for a second. Not on my device, but okay. Yasser Saeed says, "How are you, sir? Been a while. Hope you're great." Man, I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope you feel like a real man should too. I appreciate you coming back through. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to see you come through, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Jeff Guapo says, "Yeah, Mark, shit, it happens. To be honest, it's all something to learn." Mark G says, "And when we got married, we made an agreement that if either wanted to cheat, we just end the marriage right there and then. But nah, she was just ahead of it. She was just ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. She just went ahead and did it. Easier said than done, I guess." Dishonesty and just lack of integrity. And integrity means something. It may seem like it doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people out here nowadays, but it does. Integrity means a lot, and a lot of people are missing that ingredient. A lot of people are missing that ingredient in their world and in their lives. Integrity. When you have integrity, that means that people can rely on you. They can trust in you. They know that 9 times out of 10, you're going to do the right thing. 9 times out of 10, you're going to do the right thing. You're going to be there. You're going to represent. You're going to hold it down. Nine times out of 10. I like them odds. I like the odds. When the odds ain't even. Speaking of the odds not being even. Watch the nut ass Penn State lose to Notre Dame tonight. Penn State is my alma mater, man. We are Penn State. That's me. But yo, they get on my fucking nerves. They never beat Ohio State. Hardly ever beat Michigan unless Michigan is shitty. And they never win big games. They never win big games. They are the fucking Cincinnati Bengals, Buffalo Bills of the NCAA. Shit is a pain in the ass. Okay. Integrity and accountability. Mark says, sorry, not trying to derail the topic. He says, it's the anniversary of when she first admitted it 8 years ago. So it's just on my mind. I ain't mad at that, my dude. I ain't mad at that. As far as I'm concerned, if I was to try to, diss you or come at your neck, it would be like victim shaming. Nobody asked to be mistreated. And that's not to say that your wife always mistreats you, because I don't know. I don't know your situation. But just know this. Just know this. I'm not trying to make you feel any worse than you've been feeling on your own. And I'm not trying to pour salt in the wound, rub salt in the wound. We ain't about that over here. We don't put out that type of energy. You know what I mean? So I salute you for hanging in there, because it ain't always easy for a man to hang in there. It ain't always easy for a man to hang in there. Valerie H says, that is a betrayal against you and your children. Woo, betrayal. Look, he says not always, more good times than bad. Exactly. So yeah, man, that's why I'm never quick to judge somebody else's situation. I don't even like the word judge, because to me, a judgment is just an opinion. And I don't always share my opinion on other people. Now, I can decide what I want for myself and what I think is acceptable for myself. I can do that. But I can't tell the next man or the next woman what they should accept or reject. I can make a recommendation. But ultimately, they have to make a choice. They make a choice on how they want to live and how they want to love. How you live in the way that you want to love, that's on you. I don't reserve the right to tell you how to do it. Let's look at this poll. So we got 23 votes. Do you think children can grow up being emotionally healthy, whether the parents are married or not? 70% say yes. 30% say no. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Well, we got that's a pretty good poll, pretty decent participation. It's honest, because they won't let you vote twice. It's all based on your sign in. Wisdom, my people's wisdom is in the house. What's good? Says, good morning, son. No children, even after marriage, until I am eligible for appropriate finance and knowledge. I can provide my kids to take care of. Knowledge that I can provide my kids to take care of the asset I left for them and take care of themselves without me. Okay. And you definitely have the right to feel that way and do that way. Conduct yourself that way. And it's not a bad way to be. It's not a bad way to be. Not at all. Not at all. Mark G says, we have 2 kids, adults now. Okay. All right. So would you say, Mark, would you say that your children grew up emotionally healthy in your household? And do you think it was because of the marriage or two-parent nature of your family that helped them to grow up and be well adjusted? Do you consider them to be well adjusted emotionally, mentally? And do you think it's because you and your wife were married? Now, I don't know if you waited till you got married in order to have your children, but if that's the case, then yeah, please answer, please, if you'd be so kind, answer those questions. Because I mean, some people may attribute that to being a two-parent family, and some people may not. Some people may not attribute it to that. They could have something else that they think was the determining factor on why their kids grew up and were okay. You know, there could be other determining factors. And it's all good. It's all good. It's all love. So yeah. Salvo G96 says I had both my parents, but they were nuts. But my mom got pregnant at 16. They were kids while raising kids. I'm glad you said that because I knew it had to be somebody else out there. So, all right. I had both my parents, but all right. Were your parents Salvo, were your parents married, or were they still together when they were raising you, or was there another situation? Because a lot of times when a young woman gets pregnant, when it's a teenage pregnancy, the likelihood of the parents being together is really low. But sometimes it happens. I've seen it. I've definitely heard of it. So I would just like to know. Mark G says, yes, one has mental health issues, but I'm positive that's just genes because it's in the bloodline. Overall, yes, they're both doing well. And I know seeing love between my wife and I helped. Says the cheating happened after they were adults. Wow. Okay. Midlife crisis type shit, maybe. All right. Salvo says they got married as soon as they could. Okay. Shit. If they did get married and they were teenage parents, I can't even be mad at it. I can't be mad at it. You know, I'm not pro teenage pregnancy, but shit, I've been around enough of it. I'm a product of it. As far as my grandmother was concerned, my grandmother was definitely a teenager, and my great grandmother was definitely a teenager when they started having kids. So I mean, what the guan? What the guan? I mean, you know, what can I say? What can I say? And my grandparents got married. I don't know about my great grandparents. I don't know, but my grandparents were married on my mom's side. I believe they were married on my dad's side too, but I'm not sure. I think they just stayed together. I know they had my dad when my grandmother, my dad's mom, was young when she had my dad. And I'm not sure if she was with my granddad, but I know that they separated. He went to Philly and she went to New York. I don't know why. Still a little shaky on that. But then she came from New York to Philly and really right outside of Philly. And I don't know if they were legally married. I know that they were actually together. And then they had more kids together. They had kids apart and they had kids together. Bust that. That's how we living out here. That's what we doing out here, man. That's what we doing, man. We about to do these birthday shout outs and get on up out of here, man. I want to thank y'all in advance. I want to thank y'all in advance for coming on out tonight. I appreciate it. I needed this show. I didn't know how this was going to go, but I needed it. You know, so however it turned out, I appreciate y'all coming through. Please hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. Let's do this. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious January 9th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Tammy Tucker. Happy birthday to you, and also Gerald G. Money Pool and my man's father, Oliver Jessup Sr. Happy birthday to you, and Terrence Carson, Dorothy Taylor, Ricky Frazier, Crystal Collins, Casey Belaine Castillo, Katie Marie Hendrickson, Kickback Baby, Linda Smith, Deborah Kofer, and last but not least, my cuz up there in Milwaukee doing the damn thing, Simone Moses. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all, and I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious January 9th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out. Rock on and do the damn, to rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, hey, yo, marriage ain't no joke, and having kids is definitely nothing to laugh at, so I smoke. Yo, I don't really smoke, but in my mind I do, and I'm trying to make it through. When you're in a bad love situation, you can feel like nothing is going right. It's all frustration. But believe me, God will make a way, and you gotta work and get your shit right today. I play and I stay on my grind all the time because I'm trying to make sure you get yours and I get mine. And I'm never going to stop until my shit pop, and I don't care when it happens, when my album drop. I'm still going to get advanced and take a chance and make sure I get this thing. Still need romance, still need love, kind of like LL in 1987. We got to get the shit like a Mac 11. I start shooting, rooting for the winner. Sometimes the underdog trying to see it through the fog. But you never know when somebody's going to be right. So you just got to keep your own shit tight. And believe me, things going to come out good. But you got to get one thing in your mind understood. If you really don't know yourself or what you really want out there, how can you really share? Because you ain't ready for the Freddie and Jason. You ain't really ready for the good wine tasting. You ain't really ready to keep things together. So you got to go be a part and go from the start. Start reading, start going different places, start talking to different people, start seeing faces that you never saw before. Get yourself right. You ain't got to settle for the thing that's right in your sight. Things that you learn, you start astral traveling and you going to go over the thing like a javelin and somebody shot you like a shot put. Yo, slow it down. Okay, all right, listen now. You're going to find the right one, but you don't know if the right one is going to make you have a son. But till the day is done, until the sun comes up again, it sets in the west. No, it sets in the west, rises in the east. As you can feel like my life is nothing but a beast, and it's raining down on me just like a blizzard. What is this? Is a blizzard? Yo, tell me, what the hell is it? Sometimes I get a little confused and wonder why I'm trying to win out here, but others choose to lose. Well, I got to do something for my own mental. And I ain't trying to let nobody knock out my dental. I keep my fronts where I know they should be. And I'm going to keep striving because I know I'm going to see the best things in life, whether I got a partner or not. But I'm going to give myself a hell of a shot. Hey, yo, man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Appreciate you coming through. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We out of here. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 2 a.m. in the morning. You think we won't when we will? Sit back, relax, grab your beverage, and chill. So until then, my friends, holla. Salute.